This segment is brought to you by Rouse's Markets. Feels like home.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And you know, it's a very special time of year. We know from Memorial Day weekend, there's a lot of wonderful events going on. We're always very glad to have representatives from our Regional Military Museum joining us. We welcome back the president, Mr. Riley Grove. Mr. Riley, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
We appreciate it. And the secretary over at Regional Military Museum, Ms. Linda Terrio. Ms. Linda, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right. I know it's a special time. So first and foremost, I want to thank all of our veterans, and I want to say a little prayer for all of our fallen heroes and fallen veterans, as I know we're going to honor them. So tell us a little bit about what we can expect for that event, Mr. Riley.
Okay, Memorial Day ceremony will be May 26, 2025, which is this coming Monday. National anthem will be done, or the ceremony starts at 2 o'clock. Now, the museum is going to be open at 10,
Okay.
Free admission. But the ceremony is going to start at 2 p.m. National anthem will be done in 4 parts harmony by members of the Joyous Sounds. Steve Domang is going to be our guest speaker, which Steve is the vice president. The bell ceremony with names of any service member is now deceased will be announced, and the bell will be sounded in their memory by family or friends. Taps across America. Denise LeConte will sound taps at 3 p.m. This is going to go on all over the United States. Now, anyone that comes can call us, bring a picture and the name, and we will celebrate them during the bell ceremony.
Right. When's the latest time that they can do that?
I would say about let's say 10 minutes to 2,
Okay.
1:50.
Okay, they can do that as late as that. Very good. Or they can call the Regional Military Museum at 873-8200.
Right.
Very good. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Raleigh. So a really wonderful event that we can look forward to. Ms. Linda, we got some other things going on as well.
Right, we do. We're very active at the museum. We're going to have our first ever Purple Heart Day,
Okay.
and that's going to be on August 9th, and we'll have a guest speaker. And of course, on these days that we have these events, it's all open house. There's no charge.
Right.
September the 11th is the Thursday, Patriots Day. And last year, if something happened, we couldn't have it, so we'll
Right.
have a guest speaker.
Okay. So looking
And-
forward to that. And that's
yes.
a Thursday, September 11th.
Correct. And
Okay.
Veterans Day, what we do, we have a breakfast. It starts
right.
at 8 o'clock. And pretty much everybody's done at 10, but we still do open house all day on that day.
Right.
On Veterans Day. And we'll have our 3rd annual Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day on December 6th. The 7th is Pearl Harbor Day, but that's
Right.
a Sunday this year. So we'll actually have it on the Saturday
Right.
before the actual day.
For Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day.
Yeah, we actually had a school teacher last year, knew a lot about Pearl Harbor. More
Okay.
than what I learned a lot.
Okay.
So we expect to have us a good speaker too to learn more.
Right. You bring that up, it's really important. My mom was born on December 7th.
Oh, wow.
And she was born just a few years before Pearl
Wow.
Harbor. And so it's always just kind of been a special day in our family, but most of our family members have been to Oahu to see it.
Wow.
And it is absolutely remarkable. The fact that there's still oil that
leaking
bubbles
out,
up
right.
from the Arizona is just remarkable. And it just reminds me of the importance of that day. And so, again, want to make sure people know that on Saturday, August the 9th, will be Purple Heart Day. On the Thursday, September 11th, we'll be celebrating Patriots Day. On Saturday, November the 15th, Veterans Day. And then Saturday, December the 6th, Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. But you brought up an interesting point that the museum is open, even like after a breakfast, it stays open.
Right.
And people are being able to do that. And for this Memorial Day celebration that's coming up, the Memorial Day celebration is going to be later in the afternoon, starting around 2 o'clock, and taps being played at 3. But it's going to be open starting at 10.
Right.
So people can come and really experience the beauty of the museum. But we also have some other things. And again, you can see Danny Babin there in the picture, the C.J. Christ wing that's there, and just some really wonderful shots of how we can celebrate and honor people as they come and ring the bell there. And that's just one of those ways that we are always honored to be able to ring the bell in remembrance of someone who's lost their life.
It's really nice.
Yeah, to be able to do that.
And those that ring the bell, don't be afraid to pull that rope. Don't hold it. You got to hold it at the end, not.
Okay.
Because
so slide
if you hold
down
it
to
too
the bottom.
close to the top, you really don't get a ring.
Yeah. So slide down that string and pull that rope hard. You want to ring that bell to let them know we remember them, right?
Right.
Right.
That's right.
Very good.
Now, when you talk about Pearl Harbor Day, I mean,
Memorial Day.
no, well, not Memorial Day. We talk about Memorial Day, but you know, I was stationed in Hawaii,
Oh my.
and when I got up in the morning and I look out the window, I look at the Koli Koli Pass. This is where they came in there and scraped the barracks there.
Okay. Remarkable. And so again, our veterans have so much rich history, and our veterans have so much going on. I know at the museum, y'all mentioned that we got the command car and a half track that's being cleaned up right now. We're going to be able to share that with people soon. So I want you to come out to the museum and find out whatever you can. It's certainly it's at 1154 Bayou Street in Houma. You can come out and experience that. And again, Regional Military Museum, such a treasure in our area. And again, the celebration hosted by the Memorial Day ceremony. It's going to take place at 2 o'clock and taps being rung at 3. Mr. Riley, Ms. Linda, thank y'all so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us, and we appreciate all y'all do for us.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment, but don't go anywhere. I got a whole lot more right here on Bayou Time.
This segment was brought to you by Barker Honda. It's better at Barker.